Welcome in Mike Bordick now. And Mike, the way it's going for the Orioles, instead of finding ways to win games, they seem to be finding ways to lose games. And now it's 5 consecutive losses for the O's.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, too, because they're not playing bad baseball right now. They're just, it snowballed on them today. They came out, guns afire, and Adam Jones with that 2-run home run I thought was going to be enough to really ignite this team and keep them high throughout the whole ball game. But a big letdown there in the 6th inning when the Royals really got on top of Ubaldo Jimenez. Lost his command. He had some problems, left some pitches up in the zone. And this Royals team has been incredible all season long with 2 outs, coming up with big hits, and they showed why. I mean, I think they put up 6 runs in that inning with 2 outs on the board. So, it's a team that's not going to give up. They find ways. You saw a couple of their big hitters even laying down bunts. So they do whatever it takes to try to win a ball game. They scratch and claw at the plate. They'll fight with 2 strikes, put the ball in play, put the pressure on the defense. It worked out for them. They had the big inning, and the Orioles really couldn't get the offense going after only scoring the 3 runs.
Mike, you touched on it a little bit. Ubaldo Jimenez, the first half of the season, he was outstanding. And all of a sudden, the second half, he's having these ball games like every other one where he just gets blown out. Tonight, he started off beautifully in this game. What do you think really happened to him out there?
Well, it just seems like, all season long, there have been those inconsistencies, and he just couldn't get it back when he lost it. The 3 straight balls, there in that inning, and you're thinking, uh-oh, come on, Ubaldo, get back in the zone. It was almost as crisp as we'd seen him up until that point. He had command of all of his pitches. He was keeping his fastball down in the zone. Really looked like he was on top of his game. He and Matt Wieters were working very well together. And then even in that inning, when pitching coach Dave Wallace came out, you kind of read his lips there, keep the ball down. And he's throwing the 2-seamer down there, but when he'd go for the punch out or, try to overpower a hitter, he'd leave everything up in the top of the zone, and they were taking advantage of those mistakes.
Well, Mike, and you talk about the Orioles and the lack of add-on runs, although I guess technically they did. It was a 2-0 lead, then 2-1, and they got one for 3-1. But you look at this stretch, they've now lost 5 in a row and 6 of 7. They've scored 21 total runs. That's an average of 3 runs per game. This team does not win when they score 3 runs or less. They have to figure out a way to put some kind of a rally together and then sustain it and build on it, and they've been unable to do that.
Well, you're exactly right. And at some point, they went through 2 games without hitting a home run, so you can understand why they possibly lost those. Adam Jones hit the 2-run shot today. It obviously wasn't enough to win the ball game. But after watching the Minnesota Twins play, and they're in this first game against the Royals, and basically they're taking what the opposing team has given them. They were hitting counts tonight, 3-1, 2-0 counts, where the middle of their lineup they were hitting the ball the other way. So they're taking what's given to them. They know it's a big ballpark here at Kauffman Stadium. They know how to play this field very well. So they slap the ball around the whole field. They do what they can to make contact and put the pressure on the defense. It worked out for them today. And I think the Orioles, any offense can kind of take note of that. What do you have to do to be a successful offense? What do you have to do to put pressure on an opposing team? And when they give you opportunities, if their third baseman's back, it doesn't matter where you hit in the lineup. The Orioles need base runners. They need to put pressure on, and they need to keep it going. Find ways, whether it be taking an extra base on a base hit or, driving in a run, hitting behind runners. It was so nice to see Parra in that very first inning, knowing that the Orioles needed to start manufacturing runs. Machado leads off the game with a double, Parra the ground ball to second base. Well, good things happen when you execute. And of course, Adam Jones hit that 2-run home run, but they couldn't muster any more throughout the ball game. So they have to just play every out. They have to understand what the other team's giving them and try to push runs across any chance they get. This big swinging for the fence, even when nobody's on, you're not going to hit a 3-run home run when there's nobody on base. Somebody's got to be on base to do it.
All right, yeah, the situational hitting certainly has been a challenge all year. Mike Bordick joining us from Kauffman Stadium.